Hello everyone, it is Bryan of Asante Capital Management, and today I wanted to talk about gifting money to adult children and some questions that you may want to ask yourself before doing so. Over the last few years, the topic of gifting money to adult children has made its way onto the agenda more frequently. This is no doubt a reflection of the age and life phase of our clients, but there's also a sense that the world is tougher for the younger generation. Parents are asking whether they can help their kids today when they need it, instead of offering them a large estate gift years down the road. Careful thought should go into whether and how you help adult children. I'm going to go through a set of questions to help guide you through this thinking. Question number 1. How may the gift affect the parent's financial situation? Without question, parents sacrifice for their kids, whether it be through time, money, career, or fun. At one time or another, parents take a step to the side for the benefit of their kids. In retirement, however, I stress that a financial gift should never put someone in a vulnerable position. Point final. That means a gift should not force a parent to cut back on today's essentials, nor should it detrimentally drain financial reserves that are there to manage life's potential curveballs. Of primacy is that the parent continues to live an independent, dignified, full life. Question number 2. How to extract the gift in a tax-efficient manner. When you give somebody a cash gift, it is with after-tax dollars. And gifting a significant sum can involve drawing on multiple sources. That may bring a heavy tax burden. Imagine you had a $1 million RSP and wanted to give your daughter $50,000. On the surface, you would think that a 5% withdrawal would be within tolerance. However, you may need to take out double that, $100,000 gross, to pay the tax and net you $50,000. Now at 10%, the withdrawal seems less doable. Having a plan on how to tap into various sources can help minimize taxes. Question number 3. How may the gift affect the adult child? This is a sensitive area. Each child is an individual and reacts to incentives differently. A financial gift to one person may zap their motivation, whereas another individual may march forward without consequence. The goal of the gift is to improve the life of your adult child and not impair them in the long run. It can take time to develop a well-crafted plan. Do not feel rushed. And without trying to paraphrase something my grandfather said, but sometimes difficulty and struggle is the greatest teacher. Question number 4. Should a gift be equal to all children? We've all heard the parenting adage that fair does not always mean equal. That makes sense and is applicable in many areas, especially when kids are young or if one has a disability. At the same time, financial imbalances between siblings can create tension between them and their parents. Money can represent much more than it appears. I've witnessed many parents leave lopsided estates because one adult child was much better off than the others. While that child may not have needed the money, the fact that they were left out led to resentment and a damaged relationship with their siblings. How do you handle incongruent needs? That answer is unique to each family, but an open dialogue can't hurt. Question number 5. Should strings be attached to the gift? Most parents don't want their gift spent frivolously. That makes sense. But how involved should the parent get in determining the end goal of the gift? Each adult child has their own financial situation and goals. It becomes even more complex with multiple adult children. Perhaps one has kids and they want to maximize their education funds, whereas the other sibling does not have kids and wants to save for a home. Is one option better than the other? I've seen it where the gift carries a theme attached to it. Maybe that it's used productively. It also doesn't need to be that serious. My grandmother gave me $2,000 in my 20s before she died and said, "Do something that you would not otherwise do." And that took me on a once-in-a-lifetime canoe trip in Northern Ontario, where I was finally able to afford the float plane to get me out of there. Question number 6. How will you react to negative downstream effects? Your gift may have negative secondary effects that may irritate you. Imagine that you helped your son pay off that last bit of mortgage. Then, the following Sunday, he arrives for dinner in a fancy sports car. What? Where did he get that money? Well, he proudly tells you that he redirected his mortgage payment to the lease of the new car. How does that sit with you? Are you okay with that? There is also the question of seeing your gift divided in the event of marriage breakdown. How does that make you feel? You may want to introduce a legal aspect to ensure that it is not lost in marriage breakdown. At the same time, be conscious that adding a legal layer can be sensitive and may be more appropriate for larger gifts. As parents, we want to help our kids live their best lives. Sometimes this means emotional and financial support. Other times it means getting out of the way and letting experience be the teacher. For those in fortunate circumstances, financially helping their children when they need it most can be a pleasurable and impactful action. But it should be done with pause and thoughtfulness. As always, our doors are open if you'd like to discuss further.